All right, Anubis Empire is starting down south and with a slightly heavier setup than their opponents.
Yeah, I mean, not too much variation, but definitely Team Efficiency going with, a lighter setup, going with 2 T69s and 2 AMX-13s. So definitely Anubis, they got to be careful of a surrounding maneuver that could possibly come out from Team Efficiency.
Yeah, indeed, especially out there in the open. However, they do have the bigger guns. I mean, well, they got the MX-30, but most importantly, they got the IS-3 and the T-32, and those tanks can definitely take damage.
Yeah, so both teams moving out towards this eastern edge right now. We could see, I mean, I don't think we're going to see a close quarter combat engagement, but definitely some poking is going to go down early on.
Yeah, indeed.
And look at that. Yeah, Batsuga taking a little bit, another big shot going on Batsuga. He is taken down to about 60% right now. And yeah, the Team of HC members, they aren't going to push into this just yet because it is still way too risky, but they are just going to continue down to have this poke.
Well, I think it's just the harassment is tactic to adopt here against Anubis that have the slower tanks pretty much. They can't afford to just rush in there because otherwise they're gonna get shot and they're gonna get absolutely steamrolled over. So
yeah, definitely they got it. Yeah, Team Efficiency, they got to use that mobility to their advantage. They got to go in, engage them. You know, kind of coming from a far distance, gonna get some pot shots off the
exactly.
Back out.
Guerrilla warfare style, hit and run,
exactly.
hit and run. I mean, that's pretty much the only option out here, and they don't really have to worry about any base capture. And you know what? I don't think we'll ever see a base capture on steps.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a road that pretty much connects both these bases.
And it's so open out there, so it's just, I mean, unless, we're talking about just that last C1 remaining after the bloodbath, maybe, but more often than not, it's just, all the tanks, end up being destroyed because it's just a battle. It's not as flat as Prokhorovka, but still, it's wide open.
Yeah, definitely. And Anubis Empire moving up more towards that northern edge on the eastern side, so we could see they are slowly creeping up. They realize they have the stronger guns and the more armored tanks, so they realize if it does come to a close quarter engagement, then they do have the advantage. And right now, wisely, Team Efficiency, they are kind of backing out from that situation.
They have to. They can't afford to go toe-to-toe against that IS-3 and that T-32, especially with that MX-50 lurking behind.
Exactly.
So they have to hit and run.
Yeah, so actually, some of the members on Team Efficiency, they got a lot of damage taken out onto them. One of their T-69s pretty low right now. Same with, I believe it was an AMX-13 that got some damage taken out. So, I mean, if it does come to an engagement right here, then I would have to give the advantage to Anubis.
Yeah, although Vatsuaga did take some damage with his MX-50, and so did Zelda Duke as well, with his MX-13.
Yeah.
But other than that, all the other tanks are with full hit points right now. So
a sort
of
advantage.
A frontal direct confrontation would just definitely be a bloodbath for basically Team Efficiency. So they can't afford to do that.
Yeah. So
okay, Calentini Anubis here with a brilliant shot. It takes a pretty hefty chunk out of his opponent.
Yeah, so Anubis continuing on this northern push on the eastern side right now. They're creeping up right now.
Oh, yeah, they definitely are.
Yeah, they have they did just spot 2 more members of Team Efficiency. They are going to try and move in, maybe get some pot shots off here, but they got to be careful. If one of their T8s go down, then it's definitely going to go in a huge favor towards Team Efficiency, because then it'll open up a door for Team Efficiency.
They can't afford to lose Zelda Duck, pretty much. Which, I mean, with his MX-13, he's so very important right now as a scout, and he did have some, I'd say about 15% taken out of him. He's got to be very, very careful. He's got to keep doing what he's doing right now, which is scouting and providing vision, but he can't afford to, well, basically, if he gets shot, this is really going to become very complicated for Anubis. So,
and right now Team Efficiency moving towards this western edge, so we could see, I mean, I'm not going to predict a base rush, but I mean, it's definitely possible.
It is possible, but I think
Anubis too risky.
Anubis got the drill, though. I mean, they're just staying in relative close range to their own starting position to defend this. So we're not going to see a base capture. I don't believe so.
Yeah.
But both teams just sort of in a stalemate situation, and Anubis deciding to retreat towards the a little more to the southeast. They're just smack in the middle of the map right now to the eastern side, where those hill parts are. Yep. Anubis. No, I mean, they still left the T1 like all the way down south, right next to their starting position. So if it comes to that, they definitely will see it coming, and they will have plenty of time to defend that, which is probably why right now the team efficiency side is wisely choosing not to go for the capture. They just can't afford to do that. I mean, that's the thing, is just when it comes to steps, I believe that it's not the... Okay, it's an open map, it's pretty wide open, as a matter of fact, that's an understatement, but it doesn't necessarily encourage like a bloodbath per se, like a battle, old school style. There's a lot of stalemating going on. As a matter of fact, like, yeah, nobody wants to commit on this type of map, because otherwise you just compromise your own position, so and you can't just afford to charge in either, because otherwise you're going to walk into an ambush. Which is why a lot of the times we've seen like this map featured since the beginning of the season, it's been drawn out matches.
Right now, not too much movement still coming out. Right now, team efficiency in that kind of northwestern corner, and same with Anubis, they're still around that eastern
yeah,
edge.
they're just facing each other off like east to west. We still have those two T1s, I believe, to the southwest when it comes to team efficiency, but they're not going to commit to a base capture either. So the way it's going right now, we're down to 3 minutes. I think both teams are just going to decide to not charge in, but try to get like a tier 8 down like towards the last like 2 minutes or so of this set.
Yeah, we're probably either going to see a all-in last-minute rush or a draw.
Yeah. And I hate to say it, but I get the feeling that Steps encourages like this type of scenario.
Yeah,
unless you play with SPG.
Yeah. I mean, it's just too open, I feel.
Yeah,
it's way too open for, you know, any safe engagements.
Exactly, because there's nowhere to take cover from, actually. So you always... It's a very interesting map if you all go with light tanks, because then like you see a lot of movement and flanking maneuvers, etc. But nobody wants to play like that either.
Yeah, and really on this map, there's only two ways to approach it. You can go to the eastern side or the western side.
Right.
And it's just so predictable. If you don't see your opponents on the west or western side, they're gonna be on the east. If you don't see them on the east, they're gonna be on the west.
Yeah, so far that's been the pattern, and although we did see some SPG action like during the first week on Steps, after that we never even saw artillery again.
Yeah. I think teams, they realize, you know, with only a 7-tank lineup, actually even only 5 tanks, you know, kind of you know, only 5 tier 8 tanks, it's really, there's a lot of sacrifice you have to do if you want to go with an SPG.
Yeah, and it's a considerable risk as well. I mean, it can definitely just prove to be the deciding factor, but if you lose that SPG, like if you go for an Object 261 or Lorraine and lose that, then honestly, well, for lack of a better word, the chips are down.
yeah, really. I mean, I feel like every time a team goes with an SPG, it's pretty much, it's a, you win, you know, decisively, or you lose, you know,
equally abysmally. I agree. I have to agree with that, which is probably why more and more teams decide, like they just pretty much decided to
I think it's the
forsake the SPG altogether.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same story with the Tank Destroyer too. You know, with the Tank Destroyer, if you go, you know, all in and you get some really nice shots off, you know, you can really just completely dominate that set. However, if you can't get those shots off, then you're kind of useless.
Exactly. I think even including the open season, we only saw a Tank Destroyer like once on White Park.
I think total, we saw it, I think when you were gone, like one game.
Oh, a Tank Destroyer?
Yeah, we saw one Tank Destroyer, but I believe they did lose. Yeah, so right now we see the members of Team Efficiency still on this western edge. They haven't moved out at all. Same with Team Efficiency, or same with
Anubis.
Yeah, Anubis.
Yeah. We're headed for a draw, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, like this is we're down to 50 seconds, and I don't think anything happening here.
Yeah, I mean these teams are quite far apart from each other right now. So even if they do decide to engage each other, honestly, I don't think there's enough time for anything game-changing to happen. For anything to decide who wins.
Yeah, 30 seconds left on the clock, and you know what? Team Efficiency have always been the more passive team.
Yeah.
Anubis, I'm not gonna say that they're passive or not. I'm waiting for them to see more of them before I say that. But Anubis has played against UAD and Night Eagles, who are not passive, to say the least. So we can't really tell, but now that they're facing Efficiency are really the type of team that doesn't take any risk unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And it's just waiting for the opponent's mistake more than anything. It's more like a counter-attacking type of strategy. So yeah,